Simple skills that can make you money, extra money, and especially if you are living in central Kenya. Adwaito Muriega, are you living in central Kenya and wondering how can I make some extra cash without needing big capital? You are not alone, and today I am here to give you hope step by step. My name is Fresha, and on this channel, I am going to be giving you some strength and so that you can be able to build your family. Strength start with empowering you and start with small doable steps. And today I'll show you some. Let's dive in. Here are simple practical skills you can learn and start using right here and at home. You do not need a degree, you do not need a loan. All you need is willingness, some consistency, and your hands. Both your hands, actually. First off, kitchen gardening, shamba ya nyumbani. Whether you're doing it in your balcony, let's begin with what many of us already have and small space behind the house. It could be as little as 1 meter by 1 meter. You can use sacks if you are using a balcony, or baskets for sukuma wiki, onion, managu, tomatoes. Now you think about it. Every time you walk into a kiosk to buy vegetables, you're spending about 20 to 30 shillings in a week, or in a day actually. In a week it's 150, in a month it's 600 bob gone. So what if that money stayed in your pocket? Even better, when your garden produces more than your family needs, you sell. You sell to your neighbors, to your friends, even people maybe at your local place, at your church. And that money stays in your pocket and you are ending up making even more money. So tell me, isn't that a good idea? Instead of having to wonder, why don't I have this or that? Try and find a way to keep that money in your pocket. Whether you're using your balcony area with some sacks or buckets, or you're using some behind, if you have your own compound, maybe you have a little place you can set up a nursery right behind your house in your backyard. You need as small space as possible, so it's not going to cost you a hassle. You just need a few things here and there, and the intention, the willingness to do that, and you don't really have to invest so much time on it. And within no time you'll be making your own 30-50 shillings a day, or even that extra 100 bob a day, and that's good enough money to even start saving. So tell me if you like it, or if you're going to try that one. Next up, beading and jewelry making. Now, while I do not have a very good talent for this one, this idea is for those who enjoy creative work, beading and making those pretty things we like to wear in our hands. This is something you can learn and start with around 1,000 bob. Just buy a few packs of colorful beads and practice. The more you practice, many women are actually already making money from this venture, and it is very interesting how someone can set up an online store having made some pretty things and they end up making around 500 to 1,500 weekly. This is something that you're selling during your meeting with your friends, your wedding, Instagram, Facebook, or even just using any platform you have around you. If you can learn a simple design and make it neat, you have a product, and when people ask you, where did you buy this one? Unawaambia nilitengeneza. I made it with my own hands. And basically in Kikuyu we normally says wera wimoko. If you can be able to do something like this from where you are, right at home, if currently you don't have any big commitments and you can spend at least an hour or two a day, you can learn the skills and it will end up giving you money, which is something that you will really enjoy. And over time, who knows, you will probably set up a jewelry business that you made yourself, and when people have weddings, they probably end up booking you to sell them their maybe bangles or necklaces or earrings, all those pretty stuff that people would practically want to wear. Generally something that people want to stand out with, and if you are that creative that can make people stand out in occasions, this skill is for you. Thank me later. We talked about little gardens, but now poultry keeping, that is cuckoo bees, is a thing today. You probably heard of it before, but cuckoo bees is real. Start with just 2 hens and 1 cock. With a bit of proper care and feeding, those 3 can multiply in 15 chicken within 6 months. You just need no expensive feeds, no. Just do your kitchen leftovers as you begin, local greens from your next place, and before you know it, you have eggs to sell for 400 a tray. And within a month, that's probably 4,000. Imagine how helpful that can be. Fees and even emergency funds. Poultry is a long-term game, but a steady one. And you, albeit a small business, base the order and Once they start, they never stop. Once you have a few people around your area, your neighbors, your friends, requesting you for a tray of eggs every month, or probably within a period of, I don't know how many weeks. How many weeks do broilers take to mature? I don't really know. I'm not an expert in farming, but allow me to give you a gig. And sorry, this one I'm not paid for, but I happen to know that there is a university giving people training on poultry or animal feeding, or what is it called, animal health, animal something of that sort. I will make sure to leave the link in the I'll leave a poster on something. Where do I leave a poster? I'll find out. I'll leave a poster for you guys so that you can check out the training if you're willing to maybe to pay an extra one if you want to do it full blown. In the meantime, you don't have to invest as big. All you need is 2 hens and 1 cock, and your Kikuyu biz begins. You only have to be patient. It's a long-term game and it pays. You will have money, you will have extra kuku for even your home to eat, and you will end up making a lot more money than you have imagined. Imagine making just 4,000 every single month from a tray of eggs, and that is assuming 1 person buying every week. Now, get 2 or 3 or 5 clients, constant clients who will buy those from you, or even people who just want 2 eggs, 5 eggs for daily breakfast. So if you are that plug around your area, you will probably end up making a lot more money than you have imagined in your current life. You don't really have to move anywhere to make it big. People who are living in urban areas are looking for people who are living in are looking up for people who are living in the rural areas, or rural areas, so that they can be able to sustain their urban life. So be that plug. I made a video before about gig economy. Now, online writing and freelancing is one of those things that you cannot ignore. Did you know that you can earn money from your smartphone without leaving your house? Basically from your couch. Freelancing writing is one of those biggest options or opportunities today, even in central Kenya. So when I tell you that you don't really need to have to wait for handouts, no. Simple paragraphs and explain a product. You can be paid, or even to write a blog, reviews, or even simple data entry works. Websites like Upwork, Fiverr, or even Facebook groups can connect you with jobs. And guess what? I have created a video about gig economy. You should probably check it out. All you need is a Google account, simple profile, and about 1 hour a day. There's this lady who just basically trains people on online works and freelancing and all that on YouTube. And while that's not really something I do, I find her very helpful, and she has a lot of insights that someone can do to develop herself in terms of online writing. Her name is Tess Ogamba. Yeah, Tess Ogamba. I think you should be able to check her out on YouTube. She has a lot of online. I'm not an expert. I'm sure she can teach you better on how to do online works, especially online writing. But before that, check out the gig economy video I made previously. And if you are up for that, if you are such a person who can be able to do such great works online, it could be the one thing that gets you off the ground and to financial freedom. So tell me how that goes for you, because I am excited to see you thrive. Now, local baking mandazis or cakes or even chapati, if I say this is not one of my personal favorites, I'll be lying. If you can cook chapatis or bake cakes or mandazis, you already have a business. People love snacks, especially, I am sure, in your area of school. Basically, this is where you can get customers from: schools, matter to stages. Start with 200 bob budget. Buy a flour, sugar, oil. Make some 20 pieces of mandazi. Sell one at 10 or 15 shillings, depending on what it is you choose to make. Consistency, and you will earn every single day. I mean, every single day. Yeah, that's for sure. Want to learn how to bake? I made some videos before, and I ended up getting rid of them. When I transitioned my channel to talking head videos, and this is one of my personal favorites. So tell me if you would like me to repost or remake a video for you, probably how to make mandazis, how to make samosas, how to make donuts, how to make chapatis, whatever it is. Please leave it in the comment section. I will be glad, or it would be my pleasure, to basically post a recipe for you to follow. I'll even send you an email. Maybe you can drop your email for me on my email. There's an email on my bio. You can send me your email there. Ask me for the recipe you want. I will make sure to create that for you. Even if you want it as a video to follow along, I will make sure to do that. Promise. So now that that's out of the way, my friends, which one of these are you willing to practice? Because tell me why someone will go hungry. Let me tell you a personal story that during 2020 I was broke, and I was really broke. Like most people, I didn't have a dime in my pocket. Forget a pantry of food, I didn't have anything of that sort. But here is what I did one day when I felt like, wait, enough is enough. So businesses were just starting, and in that resuming, there was this event that was set up to happen, more like an expo near the place I was living. And that day I woke up in the morning without a coin in my pocket, and I felt like, oh my goodness, how is this life going to happen for me right now? Because I haven't been paid for a while, and this is literally killing me. Thank God at that point I was alone, but then I was feeling really down. So I woke up, and somehow God gave me the idea. I went to the shop that was just opposite the building I was living in. That person knew me. I used to buy from them like basically daily. So I went to her shop. I think her name was Betsy. Yeah, unga. I went to her shop, borrowed unga. I also borrowed some butter and cooking oil. In my house, I had yeast in my house. So the best idea that came in my mind is to make donuts. And I made donuts that were like several boxes. I made like 2 boxes of, I think each of those boxes held about, I think 80 pieces of donuts. Yeah, 80 pieces of donuts. And I had 2 boxes. So I made those. And once I was done making them, I prayed, and then I carried those boxes and went to that event. By the grace of God, I made it to get inside. I'm not sure how, because I had not bought any ticket to be a vendor in the event. So I ended up getting a place, a table, like basically at an end of the table. Probably maybe a vendor was to come and maybe they missed or something. So I ended up taking that spot, and I was like, I told the guy who was moderating the place that if the owner of this stand comes, I will basically let them have it. In the meantime, I can sell my donuts from here. Those donuts, once I opened that box, they gave this attractive aroma. I'm a chef. If you've seen my donuts here before, actually there's still a video of me making donuts with my son. So I made the donuts, and those donuts, I sold those donuts each at around 20 bob. It was an event, so they could buy it at 20 shillings. So I bought them at 20, I gave them out at 20. So the first box had some smaller donuts, and then I had used different cutters to make them. So some of them was big, some of them were small. So the ones for 20 shillings, they went pretty fast. So people came, they were buying for their family, so I could literally pack. I remember borrowing some packing bags I didn't have. Yeah, I didn't. It was my first time trying business, and that happened. So people were buying for their families, probably as they exit the event or as they pass through different stands. So they bought my donuts, and once the first box was done, I realized that the second box I had to sell it at a 30 shillings or something. So I sold the other bigger donuts at 30 shillings, and I made money. I made good money that day. I was able to go back that same day in the evening to pay back the shop that I took, and I had my extra 2,000 and some hundreds. I had extra 2,000 and some hundreds. Remember, I didn't have a coin in my pocket when I woke up. And with this extra money that I got, I sent some hundreds home, and I also had some amount remaining in my pocket. So this is a personal favorite. You should start that ASAP, and I will be here to guide you, maybe by sharing recipes, and that's about it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. You don't have to leave your home to find hope. You don't have to feel stuck. The journey starts with small steps. Start with what you have. Start today. And I promise, I will walk with you if you need me. One skill, one hope, one family at a time. If I inspired you today, type Torihamwe na tuwe ukirerie. We will not stop, and we will not give up. Subscribe if you want more videos that can help you and your family grow strong and stable. That's all for me from this video, and this is Fresh and Lichu signing off. Let me see you in the next video.